Good morning, vinyl community. It's Phil from Destination Vinyl here in the beautiful Fraser Valley, British Columbia, Canada. And I'm just going to do a vinyl update here. I've recently done a couple of shopping trips on the weekend with a buddy of mine, Paul. Excuse me. And I had some pickups and a couple of Grail finds that I've been looking for a long time. And it's finally able to scratch off my list. Pardon me. So the first stop I went to was my friend Crazy Bob's. And he has a Facebook website where he puts out new albums that come in the shop all the time. And he saw this one and it was on my want list, so he held it for me and phoned me and says, "Hey Phil, I got this in, so I'll do that one last." I got 5 albums from his store, and he has a deal with long timers that if you spend X amount of dollars, you get X amount of dollars in free bonus records, so you can go through his $4 or $5 bin and pick up 4 or 5 albums, whatever, depending on how much you spent at the store. So I had bought 3 albums and a t-shirt for a buddy of mine who did me a big favor, and so I got to pick through and I got a couple of freebies there. My want list is getting so small now because I have 1,200 albums that really hard to find stuff in there, but I found a couple of interesting ones. This one I'd never seen before that I got for my free bonus record was Benatar Tropico. I've never seen this album before. The only thing I know on it is We Belong. I'm not really sure of any of the other songs on it, but I have all of Pat Benatar's other albums, and I like most of the tracks on it, so I'll probably enjoy that. That's one. And another freebie I picked up from his bonus box, so to call, would be England Dan and John Ford Coley, Dowdy Ferry Road. I don't know this album. These guys are okay. They're kind of 70s disco pop-ish, but there's one song on here, It's Sad to Belong, that's an AM radio hit that I've always wanted, could never find on 45, and the record was free, so why not, right? And what I bought from there on my own, other than the t-shirt, was this album by a Canadian band FM Black Noise. This is really cool. This is sort of a prog rock band. They are a really cool band. They don't do a lot of albums, but they were really cool. And my 2 grails from this store, at least, picked up a really beautiful copy of Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell. Just sitting there waiting for me at the back of a box. He just surfed through while he was busy with someone else at the till. If he hadn't been busy, I wouldn't have looked in there. And that is just absolute pristine condition. Canadian Warner Brothers label. Vinyl is just absolutely perfect. This thing looks brand new. So I was really excited to find that. That's been on my radar for a long time to find. I did have it on CD. I do have it on CD, but I don't play CDs anymore. I'm trying to whittle my CD collection down and back into vinyl. I wish the CD era had never happened, quite frankly. So that was a bonus, finding that. And my one grail that this is the one that he found off my list and just put aside for it. The second he saw it, he said, "Yeah, I knew somebody wanted that. I had to go through my customers' want lists." And that was the soundtrack to the movie Christine. One of my favorite movies. The cover is really cool. The back cover's got scenes from the movies and all that. It doesn't have every song from the movie on here. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tracks. But it's a really cool album. I spun this yesterday. I couldn't wait to get it on. And that was a real find. I've had that on my list for a long time. This is what I was calling one of my unicorns. And you hear a lot about them, but you never see them. Oh, and some of you may notice I've changed my background. I've swung my chair around and changed the lighting a little bit. So now instead of looking at empty packing boxes, you can actually see part of my turntable setup. I got my 2 turntables and my little mixing board there. My sign that you can change the letters on, and changes colors, and I got a few albums lined up in the back for some decoration. So much better than looking at the empty packing boxes my wife is storing. So my next stop was Innovative Audio, another store not far from here. It was a half hour. And they not only do albums, they do cassettes. They rebuild and repair equipment. They also sell equipment taken on trades. So I did a purge of my albums recently, and I went through a whole bunch that I don't play anymore. I'm not sure where I got them from. Stuff I didn't like, or might have tried on blind buys, or just stuff that was just hogging up room on the shelf. So I got rid of a bunch of those and traded them in for credit towards more stuff. And I'll show you those in a second. But he's also clearing out his old book. They take everything in trade, and he has a whole bunch of rock books there. And this one, all rock books for $1. So this one, this is Music Hound Rock, the Essential Album Guide. This is a 1999 edition. Let's see how thick this thing is. It's just massive. So it lists it by groups and just gives sort of all the details of the group, how they were formed and all that, and breaks it down into sections of what to buy next, what to avoid, the dud albums in their opinion anyway, and worth searching for, rare copies, bootlegs, that sort of thing. And it lists influences and see other artists from their group that may have gone solo. So for $1, it's a little bit out of date, but why not? It's an interesting read. And also for $1, this is a 1996 book, Encyclopedia of Rock Stars. And this one's a little different in that it lists all the groups alphabetically, but it goes by year. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it breaks it down by year and date of important events in there, when they released albums and when they released singles and what they hit on the charts, and significant things like members leaving or new members arriving, members passing away, that sort of thing. That's a really interesting book. And my one complaint about these sort of big publications is they're all US. They're all US printed and US authors. And I wish someone from Canada would do one, because there's so many great Canadian bands here that aren't in these books. I mean, if it's not Guess Who, Gordon Lightfoot, BTO, or Rush, it's probably not in here. We got a ton of other famous bands in Canada that made it big around the world, including the States. Why do they get neglected? It's a sore point with me. But anyway, so I'm going to show you the albums I got at Innovative Audio, and these range anywhere from $4.99 on their as-is bin up to $20, depending on condition, if they were new arrivals or not. And I finally found Deep Purple, Perfect Strangers. I've been looking for this for a long time. That cover. This is a fantastic copy, a little bit of ring wear. It's got the inner sleeve with the lyrics and pictures of the band and all that. So I was really stoked to find that when I saw that on their shelf. Luckily we were the first ones in there that day. So we had run of the place and first dibs on everything we saw. Out of his as-is bin for $4.99, I thought, why not? I've always wanted this, and I've never been able to find a really good copy. But this is not a bad. This is not a bad one. George Harrison, Cloud 9. Not the hugest George Harrison solo fan, but I've had this one on my radar. This is I've heard some songs of. This is reportedly, by most people's guesses, his second or third best album solo, depending on people's opinions, but the 33 and a third and All Things Must Pass, but I have those too. And for whatever reason, I have been unable to find this one until now. So I'm really looking forward to spinning that one. And another one, here's a Jeff Healy band, See the Light, his first album. And if those of you don't know Jeff Healy, go watch that Patrick Swayze movie where he runs a bar. Roadhouse. Yeah, he was the head of the band in Roadhouse. Nice Arista label. And that is this is in mint condition, just absolutely perfect. And it's got the inner lyric sleeve. Well, it's not a lyric sleeve, it's just a tell-all of the album. I was really happy to find that, because again, this is another one that I had on CD, and I wanted to change, so really happy to find that on vinyl. And it's not new vinyl, it's old. It actually came out on vinyl when the album was released, but I never saw it back then. And let's see, what else? $5.99 I got a copy of Quiet Riot, Condition Critical. I have Mental Health. I've been looking for this one for ages too, never found it. This has got some wear on the cover. It's got decent ring wear on it, but it's got the lyric sheet in it, and a separate poly sleeve. Really cool Pasha album label, pardon me. Not familiar with that label. This is the first record I think I've got on any of it. Quiet Riot one. Yeah, they're a loud band. If you like being yelled at, they're fun to listen to, but I'll enjoy that. And I picked up this one of my favorite bands, Cheap Trick, and this is Standing on the Edge. I'd never seen this one before. So, there's the back cover. I'd never seen this one before, and I was really happy to see this. I don't know anything on it. Inner sleeve, picture of the band, and more pictures. But that was a really cool find. This is not a new album either. This has got a little bit of ring wear on it, but the vinyl is in pristine shape. I gave it a dust. I gave all of these a clean. And I see no reason why none of these will cause any problem. So I'm really looking forward to spinning that. It's one I didn't even know I didn't have. Never even knew that album existed. Let's see. And then I got this one on the As Is. This is like $5 out of the As Is bin, and that's Elton John Tumbleweed Connection. I'm not the biggest Elton John fan going, but you know, for $5 I didn't have it. It's a nice gatefold. See the inner, and it's even got the big booklet with it still. That's got all the lyrics in it and all the pictures to go along with it. There's the back of it. So this is intact and in really nice shape. I was pretty pleased to find this. Actually, the fact that it had this is the main reason I bought it, because I've got both his greatest hits albums, and I've got almost everything else that I wanted, but I thought, well, $5, why not? And another one of Elton's, again, another $5. Not in bad shape. Got a little edge wear on the cover at the top there. Other than that, the album's in really nice shape. This again is a gatefold. I guess Elton didn't want his picture taken that day. And again, this is another one with a booklet attached to the center of it, so you can open it up. Lyrics to all the songs. More crazy pictures of Elton. So yeah, I thought for $5, why not? Like I said, I'm not the biggest Elton John fan, but there's, you know, they're good albums. I know there's songs on here like, oh, I'm sick and tired of hearing Crocodile Rock. But Daniel's on this, and Elderberry Wine. What else is on there? Not sure what else is on that one that I'm going to know, but as I find with some artists like this, sometimes I just don't recognize the name of it, and they'll play it and say, oh yeah, that song. So I'm looking forward to playing that. And then my last one from that store, and this is a shock, I've never seen this album before, and the cover's in really beat up shape. But I've never seen this in the store before. And this is a 1976 release of the Scorpions, In Trance. And this has got the, this is a Canadian release, and it's got the non-band cover. It's got the original cover with the woman's breast hanging out. Scorpions were kind of known for their album covers like that. And this is on, yeah, just a plain Canadian RCA label. Nothing spectacular, but I've never seen this album before. I like the Scorpions, I've never seen it. Wow, that's another one off my want list that I've had on there for ages, and I was beginning to think was a unicorn as well. Again, another one I thought I'd never find. Anyway, the album's got a lot of ring wear on the cover. Maybe one day I'll find an upgrade copy, but It took so long to find this one. I doubt it very much, so I'll just live with that. That's it for now. So a pretty good haul over the weekend. A couple of nice big books. A lot of reading in there to do. Some good albums. I'm going to sit down and spin them. And hope everyone's doing okay. Okay? Have a good one.